Hey, we're going to be looking at Enphase. So, ticker symbol's ENPH. Um, Before I get started, I just want to say if you have any opinions on this one, uh, outside of just the technicals like I'm going to go over, please let me know in the comments just so I can kind of be more in the loop of what's going on with this company outside of just looking at the numbers like we're doing here. So, I would appreciate that. But otherwise, let's look into this one. So, the last time we looked at this was towards the end of February, so right around this red candle in here. We do have this zoomed in to show a little over a year, probably close to about 2 years. It seems like it has some waves. But again, we looked at it during this little red candle here. It seems like it's pretty much just traded sideways. Uh, if you're unfamiliar with these markings, these horizontal lines we have in here, uh, I put in these blue marks because that seemed to be like a fair value range. It seemed like there was a decent amount of candles that were inside that range, and it's kind of acted as support a number of times or resistance a little bit. And right now we're just trading in that range. So overall, I would say it's a fair time to buy. Um, if you're looking for a deal, I might continue to look, and I probably will continue to look. Because ideally, I would want this one to go below, preferably 190. Of course, the concern if it does break below 190 is, at least in the past, when it's broken 190, it's dropped to at least 150. You can see that it did it once here and then a second time here. And I guess you can say it did break it just a couple weeks ago, but it bounced right back. So maybe this is the new support line at 191. So that might be the mark that we'll look for. And I'll actually update that here, saying 191 might be a good time to buy for this. Um, Let me know what you think about that opinion. And I'll just update the current price, so it's currently at 210. I'll update the date also, just so we stay on the same page. Outside of that, I guess the only thing that I'd be kind of watching here is it does kind of seem to be trending downwards. Uh, and again, that could change over the coming weeks. And I'll make this purple. I try to keep the same color pattern here for all the stocks we're watching, just so I'm on the same page and we're just all on the same page. So trying to draw that in fairly parallel. And yeah, I mean, going back to the end of January, so about just 2 months, we have been in a slight downtrend. Of course, there's ups and downs in that trend, and right now we're actually on the upside of that downtrend. So maybe we're gonna break above that. It looks like after hours are up just a little bit. Nothing to really discuss there, because come Monday morning it could just drop right back down, back in within this range. I think the price point that I'd be looking for, at least right now, is again that 191. And of course, the chances of me timing it are very low. And so with that in mind, I'm probably not going to catch this one. Um, but again, who knows? Maybe I will catch it. And so if I do, the first point would be right around 191. And then the second one, the more ideal one, at least during next week, would be if it can come to the bottom of the range, close to like 170 next week. And then, of course, if it just continues trading downwards over the next couple weeks, well, then chances are we'll circle back to it and we'll be able to catch this one and add to it. I will just look at this just briefly just to see if we can see any headlines that kind of catch our eye. Only because I've done this with another stock and kind of learned a lot just by looking at the headlines. Outpace the stock market. Begins IQ microinverter production. So it's going into Romania, I guess. Going into France and Netherlands. Let me know in the comments what they even sell. I know it's energy, I guess solar, but is it really just the panels like we're seeing here? Increased adoption in Virginia. A lot of articles on this. Buy the dip. Is Enphase expensive for a reason? How much is this one? 69 price to earnings ratio. I guess that's high. I mean, obviously I've seen higher, but compared to the average, yeah, it's very high. Market cap's 28 billion. What's their sales? 20. Hey, they make about 2 billion, so that's, 14 times sales. It looks like they're growing very rapidly. They're close to doubling for the past 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess for the past 2 years they've doubled sales, so that's promising. Balance sheet. Let's just look at how much they owe people. Have a lot of debt here. I'm guessing it's long term though. Oh yeah, you can just look here. So most of it is long term, so no worries there. Current liability 600 million. They have plenty of money, plenty of cash, so they're fine. Just want to take another minute here. Just let this scroll a little bit. The UN wants to reflect sunlight back into space. Okay. Enphase witness increased deployment in Utah, so that's good. A lot of good things here. I guess the last thing I'll look at. Hey, apparently from the analysts, this is at a decent price point for what that's worth. They're beating their projections, at least for the past year they have. And they're actually projecting a dip, a slight dip, or at least relatively flat. So we'll see how that plays out. But again, for this one, yeah, my first price point would be about 191. Let me know your thoughts on this one. I'm just going to make a little note here that it's in a slight downtrend. And yeah, we'll just kind of watch it. Hopefully next week I'll circle back to it. I'll try to make it a priority. But we have Enphase here, so not really giving this one of our colors in terms of it's close to a move, I suppose. It's not far, but yeah, not going to give this one a color, but overall, so Enphase currently is at 210. I'd first be looking at it at around 191. If it drops to there, yeah, I might buy a share just to see how this one kind of plays out. And we also noted that it's in a slight downtrend, so we'll continue to watch this over the coming weeks and see how it plays out. But again, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. Please like and subscribe. Bye.